What are the differences between your pre-accident photography and the post-accident photography in the photos?
Well, accessibility-wise is a big difference. What I can get to before was it didn't really limit me anyways. Now when I take a photograph, the accessibility is not there, so I have to limit myself kind of towards what I take photographs of. Post-accident perspective would be the things I'm taking photographs of is different. Things are different. I feel like I haven't really made too big of a difference of what I'm taking photographs of. I mean, I've kept pretty much the same. It's just my perspective's a little different, but what I'm taking photographs of is about the same.
Before your accident, you liked taking photographs. You liked photography a lot.
Yeah.
Is that something you knew you were going to keep doing through the rest of your life?
No, actually, before it was, I had a passion for architecture. I thought that's what I was going to do. I was going to go to college, graduate and do architecture, but obviously that didn't happen. It changed, and then I found I could do photography, and something I could do even though I was confined to a wheelchair, and I loved doing it, so that's why I picked it back up.
So would you say that your accident, after your accident, you had maybe a renewed passion for?
It's kind of like a blessing in disguise, really, because if this accident didn't happen, I might have never found that I had this passion towards photography. I might have just kept on doing architecture. But now that this has happened, I've found my true passion, which is photography, and maybe even my calling. I don't know. We'll see.
So, in your opinion, what do you think has changed the most since after your accident?
Meaning photography?
Photography, yes. Yep.
Well, I guess accessibility-wise, like what I used to take photographs of, I can't do that anymore because obviously I'm confined to a wheelchair. So like before I'd lay on the ground, and obviously I can't do that anymore with ease. So I find myself maybe not looking through the eyepiece on my photographs. I might hold the camera down and just take like 50 shots, and hopefully one out of the 50 will be a good one. So yeah, that's changed. When I'm taking a photograph, let's say a fence, for instance, my perspective is not over the fence, it's more actually of the fence. So I tried to get the whole point of view of looking down at the fence. So yeah, that makes for great shots, really.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. That's interesting too, because no one really thinks about it because everyone else looks over the fence.
Exactly. I mean, that's the thing with a lot of my photographs. They're always there for anybody to take photographs of, but you might not see it the way I see it. And so that's why I capture it, because that's how I see it. And I want to share that with people.
How did you get back into photography after your accident?
Well, it's kind of weird because I came home from the hospital and I came back here and I did all the typical therapies and stuff around here. And that was all good and everything, but I really wanted to find something that I had a passion towards doing. And so I was at one of my annual fundraisers, Dip for Derek, in Linkville Beach, and there's a guy up there named Mark Waller, and he took a photograph of me and my aunt after she dove in the water, and he had this photograph, and he asked around, and he goes, "How can I give this to Derek?" And so somebody was like, "Here's his address, go see him." And so he came over and brought over the photograph. And he saw that before my accident, I had a passion for photography. And so he made note of it, and he was like, there has to be something I can do for this kid to get him back into photography. Him being an avid photographer himself, and teaches over at the photograph workshop sometimes. So he helped raise the money for a computer system, printer, and a digital camera so I can get back into it. And that really set everything off, really. I started getting back into it as soon as I started doing that.
Do you want to talk about some photographs that from?
Yeah, actually, I'll start with this one. This is a truck up in Lincolnville. I believe it's on 131 in Lincolnville. Don't quote me. It might be 105. I'm not sure. It's out in the field, and this is what I see when I look at the truck, because the grill is eye level to me. And if you look way in the back, there's a bullet hole in the glass. It's hard to see, but it's there. Yeah.
Why do you like this photograph so much?
It's like you have a sense of like it's old, you know that because it's rusted, but it has a story behind it, you know. But it just can't speak it. But you know there's a story behind it. Why the grill's messed up, or why it's dented, or why there's a bullet hole. There's a story behind it, but who knows? I mean, you can make up the story yourself. Yeah. And then this one I took up in Lincolnville Beach. It's a set of lobster traps by the Lobster Pound, actually. And this is a great example. If I didn't have the iBot, I wouldn't have been able to go on the crushed rocks. So that's another accessibility-wise. If I didn't have the iBot, I couldn't do that one.
Mm-hmm.
So that really opened up a couple doors for me to be able to shoot that. And this one was, I was out just one weekend taking photographs, and this is up in Lincolnville. I want to say 131 to 105, one of those areas out there. And this guy collects lobster buoys. Just like ones that get washed up on the shore, and he collects them and puts them up by the road. And so I saw that, and it has an anchor in it. I saw that, and I thought it would be a great little photograph for people around here that like lobster stuff.
Mm. It's a beautiful photograph. It's
Yeah.
very, very colorful.
It's very colorful, yep. And then this one is it's a barn off of it's out in Lincolnville. I think it's 105, I believe. Don't quote me. I believe. And this is another one, like the field was grown up, so I couldn't get as close as I wanted to, but I was able to get pretty close in the iBot. And I wanted to capture this tree growing around this fallen down barn. And I believe I did what I wanted to. And I want to bring a new perspective of what photographing in a wheelchair is all about, because it really is different than what somebody able-bodied would take a photograph of.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Well, and there's a definite difference too between before and after.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's quite distinct.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at them and you're like, oh, there isn't much. I don't know what you're looking at, because I see a big difference in it.
I think the one of the things that's remained constant, before and after, has been
The
beauty. I mean, your photographs are.
the one thing that has stayed definitely constant is the subject matter. I mean, the subject kind of stayed the same, but the point of view, the perspective's been different. But yeah, you're right.
Yeah.